how do you feel about having created this iconic role in presenting this action heroine who's really unparalleled in science fiction?
Well, thank you. I guess I feel like, well, thank you. I think I was really lucky. I was really lucky to be working with these producers and Ridley, and they all, they wanted Ripley to be really strong character. They didn't decide to make a young woman the survivor, though, because of any feminist philosophy. They sort of thought, no one will ever think that this girl would end up the survivor. So they basically did it as a sort of plot twist. And I have to say that I think Ridley really was so instrumental in making her as powerful as she was. I remember I had to come out, some of the uniforms were like pink they were blue with like pink kind of names on them. And you see some of the guys wearing these. Anyway, I came out in this uniform before I had my flight suit. And Ridley just looked at me and he said, "You look like Jackie Onassis in space." And he said, "Come with me." And we went into this room that was just piled high with actual clothes from NASA that he'd imported, because he tried to get as much verisimilitude as he could between the, we had radio recordings, we had all kinds of things. And he and I just sort of went through all of these pieces of equipment and clothing. And I pulled this thing out, literally, it was like this much stuff. And I pulled this thing out and I kind of stepped into it and it fit me perfectly. And it was a real NASA flight suit. So there were things like that Ridley just has such an eye for what's real and what's true and what's right. And I felt I could always depend on him completely, which was a great, it was really more or less my first film. The first week I know he kept saying, "Can you try not to look in the camera lens?" And I finally said, "I'm trying, but you keep putting it right in front of me." And I really didn't know what I was supposed to do. What do you do? Do you go, And so he kind of had to teach me all this,